Augusta, I spoke to Bunny last night. Didn't he mention it? Because it was Thanksgiving. What was I supposed to do? Bag dinner, throw my kid in the car, drive him down to some lice-infested holding pen? What did you guys get arrested for anyway? Look, I told you I'll be there as soon as possible. Just wait till I get back from the hairdressers. Look, you more than anybody should know how difficult it is to get an appointment with John Louis.
Ladyship getting a little antsy?
Oh, yes, I just don't realize how substandard the conditions are in city jails these days.
She's probably in a holding tank with a bunch of girls named Angel wearing tiny little mini skirts. Must be a sight to see.
Well, I'm going to be getting her out soon enough. Meanwhile, you better think of a new place to stay.
I was pretty comfortable here last night.
Yes, well, the only reason I let you stay here is because we had a certain amount of privacy. But trying to fool Brandon's hard enough. I mean, Augusta and Bunny are not 10 years old, and they're going to be watching us like hawks. You simply can't take up residency here.
Why not? Augusta knows about us already.
I'm going to teach you a new word. It's called discretion, Sonny. You see, it's one thing for me to break up you and Julia by you spending the night here. It's another thing for us to go around flaunting it. Do you understand?
You know what to say about flaunting it if you got it, and darling, we got it.
Don't you realize how close to ruin we are? I mean, if Julia or Augusta says one thing to Cece about your having spent the night here the night before your wedding, well, we're as good as dead. We just can't work this way. We have to have a very low profile.
All right. I'll talk to Cece about staying in that little place up near the main house.
Good, yeah, the guest house. It's a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
And when you go into the office today, I want you to act real depressed. I want him to know how upset you are about the wedding being canceled. Go on. You better get going.
I just got here a couple seconds ago. I don't have any idea when any of this happened.
Who would do this? It wasn't the local kids, was it?
I think I have a very good idea. I pray to God I'm wrong.
You haven't finished breakfast yet?
This has been a struggle, I'll tell you. He had his own private agenda this morning, and food was the last thing on it.
Yeah, well, how about a bath? How's that on the royal agenda? Rubber Ducky is waiting.
That's right, and you know how that duck hates to be kept waiting, Chipper.
Yeah, well, I say we take a big bath, we get all the sticky cereal off of you, and then we drop you off at your grandma's. What do you think? I thought that'd be a good idea. What do you think?
Yeah. What time is the appointment at the hospital?
It's not till noon, so we have some time.
You nervous?
No. Amniocentesis is a very simple procedure.
Well, I wasn't speaking medically. I know you haven't been looking forward to this. Darling, if you don't think you can do it, you know, it's not too late to back out.
I promised you. And I promised myself. I have to do it. For both of us.
Hey, I was just about to have you paged.
What's the emergency?
Well, it's pretty serious. But it requires your undivided attention. Which do you prefer, Scott, rustic or modern?
In the way of what?
In the way of a nice, secluded, romantic weekend away, just a few short hours out of downtown Santa Barbara. I have several toll-free phone numbers just waiting for me to call and make reservations. But I need your input. Scott, I'm talking about the weekend. It's like upon us in a matter of hours.
You want us to go away for the weekend?
You're quick, Scott. Yeah, that's the general thrust of this whole thing.
I can't.
Scott, why not? When is there going to be another weekend when neither one of us are on call?
It'll happen, and when it does, I'll be ready. Honey, I'm sorry, but I have to spend the weekend with these. I just dug them out of records.
What, a few more cancer fatalities?
3 more Capwell employees have come down with cancer. That makes the total 6, all within a 5-year period. The more I dig up, the more I find. Do you know an internist by the name of Dr. James Janelle?
No, should I?
He's a Capwell company doctor. The fact that he doesn't return my calls leads me to believe that he's already covering something up.
Give me a break.
Yeah, sure. Sweetheart, look, I'm not doing this to get my jollies. What I'm doing is I'm doing it so unsuspecting employees don't get slowly poisoned to death by chemical time bombs that they're working with.
Scott, you cannot keep walking around here like C.C. Capwell planted those toxic substances on purpose. I'm sure he didn't intend for the oil rigs to be unsafe.
Yeah, but I don't think that he's losing any sleep making sure that they are safe, Heather. Now, I don't think that he can afford to be complacent at the expense of other people's lives. Look, I have to go down to ICU. I don't want to miss Janelle when he comes in. I'm sorry.
Scott, would you please give the man a break?
Look,
I'm sure that he
why
doesn't
don't you
want...
save it for something more important, like saying I love you?
What makes you so sure that I can love a man who turns me down for a romantic weekend away?
Just because I can't go away with you doesn't mean that we can't have romance. I love you more than anybody in my entire life. Is there any way that I can make this up to you?
You're headed in the right direction.
Where's the phone?
Why?
Because I'm calling the police, that's why.
Not yet.
The sooner the better. There's a crime here. We need to make a report.
Under normal circumstances, yes.
Do you know who did this?
Julia, I'm not trying to be difficult, but I have to go through other channels.
What
on this one.
channels?
The diocese. They'll help me decide whether we need to get anybody else involved.
Well, I can't help wanting something more immediate than that. I'm a prosecutor, for heaven's sakes. I mean, people who do things like this should be punished. And I want you to let me help you.
Thank you. But I have to handle this my way.
It's unbelievable. We were just here yesterday. It was Thanksgiving. Everything was warm and welcoming and together.
It's going to be that way again.
I'm afraid it's going to be hard for you to reclaim it. You put your heart and your soul into it. That wasn't meant for you, was it?
Wouldn't be the first time I've been called a hypocrite.
Oh, now that's crazy. You happen to be the most honorable, dedicated person I've ever met. And you're a very powerful person, too.
In what way?
I was here yesterday. I saw all those people that came because they needed something that you could give them that nobody else could give them. I have to admit, I didn't think there was any room in my life for anything but bitterness at that time, but I'll tell you, there was a minute, one little minute when I felt a moment of peace. And I didn't want to leave here.
It meant so much to me to have you there. I'm glad it helped you, too.
This is a special place. And it hurts me to see it desecrated like this.
I'm going to call the bishop right now. Get his advice.
Look, if there's anything that you need me to do at the DA's office or anything, you let me know. Do you hear me?
Thank you, I will. And I'll let you know what I do either way.
Well, we seem to be looking a little more presentable.
Mm-hmm. We is the perfect word. You know, how come every time I give you a bath, I'm the one that gets wet?
Oh, I didn't tell you. He learned to splash at last week's swimming lesson.
Uh-huh, so that explains it.
I like the results, though. You look kind of nice when you're frazzled.
Frazzled? I'm getting to be old hand at this, I'll have you know. Besides, I'm very appreciative to you. You're giving me on-the-job training free of charge. What is it? Yeah. You know, I had a dream about him the other night.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. I was in this corridor in a hospital. And I was walking down it, and all I could see was this window. And as I approached the window, there were all these bassinets. And there were no babies in them except Chip. Only he wasn't a newborn. He was as big as he is now, and he was wrapped in a big blue blanket, and he was smiling at me. And when I looked at him, he said, "It's okay, Mom. It's okay."
You know, darling, if by any fluke of a chance it ends up going the other way, the child is still going to be loved. I could never resist a baby that had you for a mama.
Little one, I wasn't ready for you. Gotta make room in my life now that you're here.
Ah, thank God. Actual furniture.
Augusta didn't care too much for the decor.
Well, why does it have to be so unrelentingly slab-like?
Just what exactly did you expect?
Was Jean-Louis sick today?
No. Why?
Well, I guess every hairdresser has to have his off day. Oh, I would just love a nice hot cup of tea.
Well, then you should probably go and get yourself one. I'm not your slave.
Bunny?
I don't do tea either.
Well, I am just trying to fortify myself. I've heard that it's very difficult to sue the police department.
Oh, you're gonna sue for what?
False arrest, of course.
Very good, very good. Let me ask you something. When does the false part come in?
Just what exactly were the charges? I think it's about time that both of you told me.
What do you think they were?
Oh, I don't know. Perhaps you were drunk and disorderly? Maybe you took her to one of those crazy bars of yours and Augusta got up and danced on the tabletops.
I have never danced on a tabletop. What's it like?
Listen, you can't get him on a false arrest. I'm sorry. You're going to a graveyard. You're supposed to be nice and quiet. Maybe dab your eyes a little with a hanky now and then. That's supposed to be throwing a shovel around, you know?
You got arrested on Thanksgiving at a graveyard.
Yes, well, we missed Halloween.
What were you doing there with a shovel?
I was turning the earth over ever so gently to plant perennials on the grave of my dear departed Aunt Sabbatha.
Only you would have an aunt named that. What were you doing there? Helping to carry the peat moss, I suppose?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Well, you obviously aren't going to tell me the truth, so I guess we can just drop it for now. Well, that's some thanks to the person who just bailed you out of jail.
It's not as if you had to use your own money.
That's not the point. It's the principle of the thing. I'm not sure I want people like you in my house.
My house?
No, that's not what it says on the lease. You gave up any rights you had to this house a long time ago, Augusta. I can't stand having people here that are doing things behind my back that are getting them locked up.
Well, Gina, you're taking this way too personally.
You think that she wants us out? Is that what she means, Bunny?
I hope not.
I thought you enjoyed taking the $1,000 I was forking over every day, but I guess I was wrong.
Well, I'm not actually kicking you out. It's just I can't go around bailing you out on a routine basis.
Don't worry, you won't have to do it anymore.
I hope not. Augusta, can I have your word that this won't happen again?
Gina, you have my money and a grotesque hairdo. That'll have to hold you for a while.
Mason? I can't come in.
Nakamura called. I thought you were supposed to take care of that last week.
Nakamura.
The hotel we're building in Tokyo.
Oh, right, sure.
Well, did you not make a deal?
Not.
Mason, for crying out loud, that's supposed to have been wrapped up ages ago. What's wrong with you?
I'm sorry. I guess I fell a little behind because of the wedding and all.
Oh, the wedding. The non-wedding.
Well, don't say that as if it's my fault. She's the one that abandoned me at the altar.
Sir, you keep pointing out. What you neglect to mention is what you did for her to abandon you at the altar.
Why does it have to be something that I did? Maybe she just decided we were incompatible.
After 2 years and a baby incoming?
Well, I was hoping for a little support from my family in my hour of need. I guess that's too much to ask for.
Oh, Mason, come on, please. Your personal affairs have been in a shambles for years. When are you going to grow up when it comes to women?
Well, I still love Julia. Maybe she'll give me another chance.
Not bloody likely. But at least you can get another aspect of your life going for you, like work right down here.
You're right. You're right. Work is the best medicine. I'll get on the phone to Nagasaki right away.
Nakamura, damn it, Nakamura.
Right.
Never mind, I'll call her myself. I got something for you to do that I can't do personally.
What's that?
I've gotten word that Dr. Clark has taken a sudden keen interest in the way you run our oil rigs.
His father worked on one, didn't he?
Yes. Died of a series of complications from cancer. Seems like Dr. Clark wants to prove that something's wrong with our rigs and they caused the cancer.
Is that possible?
We have all our safety standards have been met. I got proof of that. I just got to believe it's always handling his own grief, blaming everything else, inventing conspiracies. I don't know.
Well, what do you want me to do?
I want you to talk to him. I want you to calm him down. I want you to make sure this doesn't become a trumped-up court case, that's all.
Are you sure I'm the right man for that job?
Yeah, you're the right man for the job, Remy. You took care of that accident, didn't you?
Accident?
The accident with the policewoman, the one who sued because her husband was paralyzed.
Oh, yeah, I was the bag man.
Well, call her what you will, but you saved me a whopping settlement. All I want you to do is talk to him, nip this whole thing in the bud before it becomes a major court case, okay?
Do my best.
I'm sure you will.
Hello?
How do you like the new look?
Why did you do this?
You came to confession. You have some feelings of right and wrong, don't you? Yeah, well, that was before that. I knew you're just like everybody else. Aren't you supposed to save poor lost souls like me, Father?
You never gave me a chance. If you come back today...
Shut up. I don't want to hear that. Just tell me. Tell me, Father, what did she say when she walked in this morning? Tell me what she said.
Who?
The pretty little lady that came into the chapel. Because if you think she was upset then, well, you ain't seen nothing yet.
You alone?
Am I alone? You see anyone else there?
No, it's just that, well, Augusta's known for slithering into corners and eavesdropping. You can never be too careful.
No sweat. She's upstairs.
What's that?
Just some plans.
What kind of plans?
I'm holding up a bank, and I'm tracking down a radar system. These are some plans. My cousin Teresa's building a new house in the east. She sent them to me in the mail, wants me to approve them.
Oh, that's very nice. You must have a very close family, then.
Very close.
That's why I just can't understand it.
What?
Why you would get involved with a cold fish like Augusta.
Who's involved?
You are. You went to the graveyard together. You don't exactly do that with a stranger.
Gina, we didn't exactly go together. I followed her out of curiosity.
Yeah, what was all that about? I mean, she told me some strange story about planting flowers on her aunt's grave.
I think she was planting flowers on her aunt's grave.
Come on.
Gina, look, what are you so concerned about what Augusta's doing? The lady is terminally weird. You know that, I know that, so just accept it. At least she makes life interesting. Come on.
How do I look?
Well, the purse and the bag don't match.
This from a woman whose idea of high fashion is wearing sequins during the day? I'm going to lunch. I don't know when I'll be back.
Well, don't come back wearing handcuffs.
Speaking of which, I found a pair upstairs in the linen closet. Initialed, no less. K loves G. Anniversary present, how touching. And we wonder why it didn't last. Ciao.
Monogrammed handcuffs, huh?
I have a question to ask you.
What category?
Wildlife.
Oh, there must have been a lot of that around here with handcuffs, huh?
Do you know anything about the care and feeding of turkeys? Seriously.
Like nice and brown with stuffing?
No, like the kind that go gobble gobble around the house and make a mess out of everything. What do you feed them?
Geez, I don't know. Oats.
No, dear, you must be mistaken. These are not the thoroughbred racing turkeys. These are just normal turkeys. I can see you're a real farm boy.
Gina, what do I know? I'm from Forest Hills. There's no forest in Forest Hills.
All right, that settles it. The bird is getting leftover pizza, and if he doesn't like it, he can lump it.
I just wanted to say that on behalf of Capwell Enterprises, we miss your father's contribution to the workforce. He was a dedicated member of the team.
Yeah, I know that. Unfortunately, he didn't leave with a gold watch, but with a killer disease, courtesy of your company.
Yes, well, I know that environmental hazards have been in the news a lot lately. That doesn't have to mean that your father was a victim of them.
You think I'm researching this because it's trendy? Or because I feel my father is the only one who suffered? I've documented 6 other cases, Mason. Men and women my father's age and younger who have come down with cancer. Now, the only thing they seem to have in common is that they've all worked on Capwell oil rigs.
Well, on the surface, that does seem rather high, statistically.
I think it's the tip of the iceberg. Your corporation is killing people.
Well, we've passed every safety test, but if you'd like the most recent data...
Those tests can be conveniently altered, and we both know that. It's too late for data, Mason. People are dying. Families have lost the providers that they've depended on, and people like myself have lost their fathers. You still have your father, Mason. Why don't you go to him and tell him to give that some thought?
Morning.
Morning.
Did you have a nice holiday?
Yeah, it was great. I watched a lot of football.
You're staring.
I'm sorry. I didn't expect you back at work. I thought maybe you'd take a few days off to take
recover.
care of...
It's good to know that the news has spread through the police department, and it's all true, Lieutenant. No wedding band, no marriage, no wedding, nothing, zip. I didn't want to stay home and hide out. I thought I could come here and be productive, and I hope I can have your full cooperation.
You got it.
Good. Have you noticed a higher incidence of vandalism in the area, downtown area?
Well, I'd have to check the computer, but I don't recall the numbers being any greater than usual. I mean, this is done by these kids with spray paint, you know, graffiti. Schools, playgrounds, churches, all that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was thinking maybe we could start a small campaign, maybe step up a patrol in the area and maybe put a dent in the disregard for public property.
Julia? Oh, Father, can we help you?
I didn't mean to interrupt. I'll wait in the
No, that's okay. Wait. I'm just on my way out.
Thank you.
Sure.
I just want to let you know I spoke to the bishop. We're going to handle it within the church.
Are you sure?
It's really not that much damage. A couple of hours with some cleaning fluid, and I think that'll be pretty much back to normal.
I'd still like to find the person that did that.
I don't think you'd really like to meet him. He's pretty disturbed.
Do you think that he's going to come back for a repeat performance?
I think I am going to keep the chapel locked at night. I hate to do that, but I think it's wise. Julia, I hope you'll take a lot more precautions, too. I mean, with Mason not living there with you anymore, you should keep your front door locked.
I'll remember.
You and Samantha have to be extra careful right now. It's not a good time for women to be living alone.
Dr. Kelton is still in surgery, so he hopes not to be more than an hour.
Well, can you tell us after you do the procedure how long it'll be before we get the results?
Well, a week, 10 days, sometimes 2 weeks.
Oh, I didn't realize it would take that long.
I'll let you know when Dr. Kelton is on his way.
Okay.
Thanks.
Thanks. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a long wait.
Yeah.
Listen, why don't you go down and check in with headquarters?
Well, I will after. I want to be here for this.
Yeah, no, but I mean, you can come back. He
No,
says an
it's-
hour. It's probably going to be longer. I know you're dying to find out what happened.
Are you sure? I mean,
Yeah, I'm sure. The baby and I will be waiting.
I guess that makes sense. Okay.
Okay.
Right here, get that. Yeah, it was a Freedom Air running shoe, size 10 medium. We need a list of all customers who purchased such a shoe in the last 6 months. Well, if at all possible, this afternoon. Great, I'll have somebody come by and pick the stuff up. Thank you. Hampton Athletic Supply will have a list this afternoon. What else you got?
Rundowns from 3 other suppliers that sell the same shoe. We're running all the names through the computer now.
Good, stay on it.
Okay. Cruz, listen, I think there's some things that need to be said.
About what?
Your friend, Kane Garber. I wouldn't have put him through the hell I did if I were not 100% sure he was guilty.
You were wrong.
I was wrong. An apology doesn't do Kane much good right now, but if you'll accept it, I'd like to get a fresh start on this.
I assume that means you're going to stop fighting me every step of the way. Is that what that means?
I wanted to get the rapists off the streets. I wanted all the pieces to fit together so badly. I still do. But from here on out, I'll try to entertain other opinions that differ from my own.
Even if they're mine?
Even when they're yours.
Victor, if you find this bastard before I do, you have to let me know before you tell anybody. All right.
Oh. Hi, Father.
Yeah.
Hi. Come, son.
See you later.
Yeah.
I wouldn't let Julia file an official report on this, but I want you to know our man was at the chapel again.
You saw him?
Not this time. He must have come in the middle of the night. He desecrated the altar, tore up the place, graffiti. I only saw it this morning.
So he had to get back at you for trying to turn him in?
Yes, he said so much in a phone call.
What else did he say?
Not much. He threatened there was worse to come, but that's typical. I was going to clean up the mess, but then I thought that maybe we might be able to get a lead from the kind of paint he used. I'd like it if you come over alone, though. I don't want to turn this into a circus.
All right, well, Eden's getting some tests done at the hospital right now, and I want to make sure I'm there for him, but I'll meet you once I get her back home.
Got it, Dale.
Who knows, maybe we'll catch a break this time. Thanks.
Oh, what's the good doctor have to say?
It's not just his father. Apparently, 5 other oil rig workers died of cancer.
Well, it certainly is a maddeningly common cause of death, Mason. I lost 3 of my own friends last year from cancer. Why does Clark think there should be a correlation there?
He keeps accumulating facts. I warn you, Dad, he's not going to let up. He's going to contact the company doctor next.
Well, then we're going to see that the company doctor has nothing to tell him.
How?
That's up to you. I don't want Clark getting a hold of any of the files. He'll pervert the information to suit his purposes, and we'll be in litigation till doomsday, so you do something about it, yes?
Well, I think we ought to go ahead and get started.
Well, can we wait just a couple of seconds?
I'm sorry if I'm late. I got hung up.
Oh, no, I was late myself. First, we're going to locate the position of the fetus by using ultrasound. See, this will bounce waves off the baby and transmit them to the monitor here. Now, look. See? Look at the screen. That's the baby's head.
Cruz, look. amazing.
Oh, my God, it's moving.
And there, see, look there. There's the baby's arm.
Curse, look.
This is incredible.
And when we're all done, we'll give you a picture. Well, now that I know where the little one is exactly, we're going to insert a long, thin needle into the amniotic sac that surrounds the child. You'll feel something cold, Eden, as we swab your stomach with the antiseptic, and, well, then I'll ease the needle in gradually. You shouldn't feel much at all. Most women say there's much less sensation than a shot in the arm, for example. Now, the important thing is for you to lie very, very still. Can you do that?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to insert the needle now. Now, if you want to watch the screen, you can see it going in.
No. I don't think I want to.
Does it hurt?
No, I mean, I can feel something, but...
My God, there it is. It's amazing.
As you know, we can tell an amazing number of things by the fluid we're collecting now. By the way, I meant to ask you, do you want a complete inventory of the results or only partial?
What do you mean? What's the difference?
Well, we find out the sex of the child along with other things, and I was wondering if you wanted to know now or to wait until Eden gives birth to the baby.
Oh, I like to be surprised.
Yeah, I think that's best.
I can't wait.
Neither can I, darling. Neither can I.
The man is still just a resident, isn't he, Doctor?
Just a resident?
I think you know what I mean. You have professional control over him, don't you?
Oh, to the extent that Dr. Clark will allow himself to be controlled.
Well, then you can stop this investigation of his. For some reason, he seems to be wanting to get this grand-scale retribution for something my company is not responsible for.
How can you be so sure of that? We're discovering new carcinogens every day. The byproducts of processing and refining oil could contain a whole lot of dangerous substances.
Then again, they might not, Doctor. Countless workers on the same rigs are working with the same products day in and day out. Nothing seems to be happening to them.
Maybe they're just lucky.
And maybe you doctors are putting your wagons in a circle the way you always do. One of your own screws up. The others dare not speak out against him, lest the whole medical profession be exposed for what it is.
Now you're going to characterize the entire medical profession?
You people think you're gods. The healers, the miracle workers. You put an MD after your name, right away you become superior to the rest of us. That's why Dr. Clark mounted this crusade.
Dr. Clark hasn't mounted any kind of crusade. He's just a lone individual who actually has the courage to face down a monolith like Capwell Enterprises and suggest that when you're only in it for the bucks, you might be just a little bit casual about the welfare of the dog soldiers who are earning you those bucks. And please, don't talk about doctors covering up for each other. It's you and your kind who are busy running around covering your behinds so that the machinery always stays oiled no matter what. God forbid you should have to shut down for a minute and take a look at how you're doing things. You might lose a couple of bucks on the stock market, and we can't have that now, can we?
Good speech, Doctor.
Thank you.
Well, let's say you and I clear something up. I happen to be on the board of this particular hospital. I built this wing that you work in. And if you do not follow my request, I will find someone that will. Clear.
Sorry I had to hear that.
I'm not sorry. I only wish Scott had been around to hear it.
Why?
Because he defended him, Daddy.
Well, I'll tell you. No matter what's happened between Scott and me, in this case, I passionately believe in his right to do what he's doing.
Thanks, Daddy. You know what? I picked up your tickets for you. And, what time does your flight leave for Frankfurt?
Oh, 2 hours.
Come on. Let me drive you to the airport. Okay?
Let's go.
I hope this is worth it.
I'll say. Oh, I hope I didn't frighten you, Augusta.
Oh, you did. I thought you were a guard.
No, I paid him off, and you should thank me. I didn't think you want to return to the slammer quite so soon. It's a very nice cape. I'll take over from here.
Oh, sure. I do all the hard work, and then you get the thrill of discovery for yourself.
That's it. That's it. Well, take a look.
Now, you take a look. Go on.
Right.
But you said they were jewels.
Oh, no, it's a locket. Look. Oh, get it.
You get it.
Oh, I have to do everything, right?
Well, come on. Let me see. Diamonds? What? We dig up a grave for 2 aspirins?
Let me see that. Here, let me read this. Of all the great powers, greatest is sex. 1 tablet, and you're master of your fate. 2, and you're master of the universe.
Julia Wainwright. Hello. Hello.
Your little girl has it in her music box, doesn't she? Oh, little Samantha.
Who is it?
If you ever want to see her alive again, then you come to the phone booth at the end of Front Street by the pier. And don't you say a word, not one word, lady, to anybody. Or she's gone.
You're supposed to sit down immediately.
I know.
In fact, if you were to lie down, it would probably be even better.
I'm fine.
No more contractions?
Not since we left the hospital.
I was a little worried when you had that one at the hospital, you know.
Well, Zach said it was normal after amnio to get mild contractions.
He also said you might feel a little woozy, do you?
Mm-mm. I mean, when we got in the car, I felt a little tired, but I'm really happy. Now, for weeks, I've been dreading all of this, and I forgot it was our opportunity to see the baby. Yeah.
It was amazing, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Oh, now, that's a fine how do you do. I go to make out with my wife, and she yawns in my ear.
No, I'm just sleepy.
Maybe you should go upstairs and lie down.
No, I think I'm gonna lay down here on the couch, and I might even sleep through dinner. How's that for boring company?
Actually, that would be a good idea, because I promised Michael I'd meet him somewhere. We could just hold dinner till I got back.
Okay.
Okay. I love you.
I love you, too. See, no yawn.
I appreciate it. I'll be back soon. What happened, darling? Baby? What happened? Are you okay?
So what did you do after you got the doctor to give you the records?
Put them somewhere.
Where?
Safe place.
Well, what did you tell Cece?
I told him I shredded them, and that's the last thing I'd do. I figured they might be worth a chunk of change one day.
Just in case Scott Clark decides to bring a case against him.
Yeah, then we'd lower the boom. Who knows what old man Capwell would pay to keep that stuff on the QT.
You know something, Sonny? Sometimes you are such a genius. There's just one thing.
What's that?
Well, I think you should tell me where you put those papers in case something were to happen.
What's going to happen to me?
Well, nothing. Probably. It's just that, well, more than one person should know, just in case.
I'm prepared to take my chances, darling.
Samantha, what are you doing here? Where's your mommy? Oh, where's your mommy? Julia? Julia? Where's your mom?
paging Zach right now. You can just try to relax if you can.
Oh, it hurts so much.
She was fine after the ammo. She was just fine.
Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go page Zach myself. I'll be right back.
Listen, Scott, she'll be all right. She's so far along, she couldn't lose the baby now, right?
I can't promise anything, Cruz. There's always that chance.
Tonight, Something Is Out There moves to a new time at 8, 7 Central and Mountain. And Jack and Tara discover extraterrestrials that may have come from Tara's galaxy, while Jack has a close encounter of the worst kind with a renegade government operation on Something Is Out There. Then he's mean and green, and he's returning to NBC. Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno star in The Incredible Hulk Returns, tonight only on NBC.